He clambered back up the ledges, retrieved his collar. It took some time to find, and so sprinted home, hardly able to breathe by the time he reached the front porch. He was right. His mother and father did think he had fallen into a chasm or drowned, and when he showed up alive, and bloody again, his father did look at him in a way that said Turner would never be the kind of son he had hoped for. The thought prowled quietly among the plates on the dining room table. When his father started to read from Proverbs, Turner was surprised at how many verses about rebellious children he had been able to collect on such short notice. "Do you think you'll be able to last the afternoon without bleeding over your shirt, Turner?" his father asked. He held a spoonful of yesterday's egg pudding in front of him, and Turner was fascinated by the delicate balance of the thing, the way it jiggled and threatened to plop off onto the tablecloth, but never quite did, almost as if it didn't dare to, because it was Reverend Buckminster holding it. Turner nodded. "I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a game down to Thayer's hay meadow this afternoon. You could get to know some of the boys." Another nod. Egg pudding still jiggling, the spoon slanting a bit so that a bulge of the pudding was about to slide off, nutmeg skin and all. "You'll need to keep your clothes clean, though," Reverend Buckminster observed. "Yes, sir," said Turner. He could just imagine himself running down to the field, wearing his starched white shirt and pretending he wasn't, begging to play with Willis Hurd. An afternoon couldn't look much worse. Maybe reading to Mrs. Cobb, that might be worse. He wondered if Lizzie would still be down on the shore. On the way back, stop by Mrs. Cobb's house to apologize. Then you can read to her as well. Turner looked up from the egg pudding. Things were getting much worse indeed. "Do I play the organ for her today, too?" "And apologize," finished Reverend Buckminster. "Turner, God does not want us to—" But Turner did not particularly care just then what God did not want us to do. He watched as his father became the minister. His face took on a kind of faraway look, as if he were seeing something no one else could see, as if he were eager to talk to anyone lower than the seraphim for a time. His voice got higher and slower, as if he expected it to be rising into the church rafters. The egg pudding fell to the tablecloth, and Turner's father did not notice. It lay there, slowly spreading out, a yellow blob against the white. And suddenly, Turner had a thought that had never occurred to him before. He wondered if his father really believed a single thing he was saying. And suddenly, Turner had a second thought that had never occurred to him before. He wondered if he believed a single thing his father was saying. The intoning went on, its bulk bloating and bloating so that Turner thought the very ceiling might be pushed up. It went on, pressing on his eardrums. It went on, threatening the very roof. It went on until the last thing Turner thought could ever happen. The very last thing happened.